What is going on, friends? Welcome back to the Your Boy Roy Show, where around here we earn our cookie. I am your host, your boy Roy, and I'm super excited to be here with you guys today. Today I wanted to hop on here because I had a great question that was presented to me today, and I thought I'd do a quick episode on it because I think it'd give a lot of you a lot of perspective. And the question was something along the lines of, how do I find the motivation or determination? Essentially, how do I stay on track even when I'm not seeing results? So essentially, this person's in a situation where they're doing one of our challenges, they're going to the gym, they're working out, they're tracking their food, but they're not quite seeing the results they want. So how do they kind of just get themselves just to keep doing the things even though they're not seeing results? And I have a few different responses, some that I think will help shift your mindset to get you to continue moving in the right direction. And then what I always say is the Roy answer to this might be that tough love that you need. So the first part of this is that if you are in a situation where you got the motivation to get started on your health journey and you're doing all the things you know you should be doing, but you're like, I'm not seeing the results I want, how do I keep going? My question is what results are you looking for? Because for most of us that I assume that are listening to this podcast, you have a goal to lose weight. So you decided to go to the gym, you decided to start working out, you decided to follow some kind of nutrition protocol, you joined a challenge, you're doing all the right things, it's been a few weeks, and the number on the scale either is going in the wrong direction, it hasn't moved, or for some of you guys, it's moving in the right direction, just not as much as you wanted it to or you thought it would. So a false pretext of what you thought should be happening, which if you're in that third category, that's where you just need to take a deep breath and say, well, what I'm doing is working. It's just taking longer than I thought, and that's okay because this is a lifestyle journey. And I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. Eventually, I'll get there if I just stay the course. So hopefully that will be enough for you. But if the scale's moving in the wrong direction or it's not moving at all, it can for sure be disheartening, right? I'm doing this. I'm taking extra time out of my day to go to the gym. I'm making sacrifices with my nutrition, and the scale's not moving. The first thing I always say to this is reframing your mindset of trying to solve the right problem. Because for most of you guys, the problem you're trying to solve actually has nothing to do with weight. The problem you're trying to solve is you want to burn fat, you want to have more confidence, you want to have more energy, you want to set the example for your kids of what a healthy, strong, confident parent looks like, and you want to be around for your kids long term, just have an overall better health. And losing weight will be a byproduct of those other things happening. And so my first thing is for most of you, just need a reset of where we're looking for success. Where are we looking for results? And what are the milestones along the way that show us that we're still seeing progress, we're still seeing results, and we're still moving in the right direction? For example, if I think back to this person that asked the question, I know their story personally. 5 weeks ago, they were lost. They were so busy. They were battling depression. They weren't in a good mental space. They weren't working out. They weren't setting a good example for their kids. They were lacking the confidence. All the things that they want, they were lacking. They weren't following any kind of nutrition protocols. And now, a little over a month later, they're a whole new person. Working out on a regular basis, following a nutrition protocol, has more energy. I see them in their posts in our community, like the confidence is starting to come back. Is that not results? Is that not success? Is that not a step in the right direction? So again, for a lot of you guys, you are seeing results. You are seeing success. You're just looking at the wrong places. And again, it's not to say that looking at the weight per se is wrong. It's just it's not the only thing that matters. And to be honest, it's probably one of the things that matters the least. Now, the Roy answer to all of this is giving up or quitting shouldn't even be something that you consider. You know, the question here was, how do I make myself keep going if I'm not seeing results? And my thought process was, why was there ever a thought to give up? Whether the scale goes up, stays the same, or goes down is irrelevant. You know that you are a better version of yourself when you're moving on a consistent basis. You are working out, you are challenging yourself, you're doing hard things, even when you don't feel like doing it. Tell me I'm wrong. You know you have more energy. You have that chip on your shoulder. You have more confidence when you're making the sacrifices with your nutrition to do the right things, and you are being healthier because you are what you eat. You feel better. And when you're doing hard things and you're making sacrifices, you become proud of yourself because you earned that confidence. You earned that I do hard things even when I don't feel like it. I feel better and I feel more confident. That's where confidence comes from. Just feeling proud of yourself. And it's when you start putting this option on the table of if things don't go well, then I can give up. If I don't lose weight, then I don't need to work out anymore. Or I don't, like, again, you're missing the point to all of this. The goal was to be a better version of yourself. Set a good example for your kids. If the scale doesn't move in the right direction and you give up, does that set a good example for your kids? If your kids were to go to school, study really hard, and they get a bad grade on a test, and they say, well, I studied really hard and I didn't get the grade I wanted, so I guess I can quit school. Or I tried really, really, really hard in my sport and I didn't quite make the team that I wanted to. Guess I could just never do the sport ever again. I can quit. I can give up. No. You would say, no, you keep practicing. You keep working harder. This is a part of our life. You don't just give up when things get hard. You say you want to be more confident. You want to be proud of yourself. Okay, well, making sacrifices and doing hard things even when we don't feel like that, that's where those things come from. You're not going to be proud of yourself for giving up. It doesn't work that way. If anything, that's when you were battling with depression, you were battling with mental health issues, you were battling with low energy, all those things you were battling with because you gave up and took the easy way out. The opposite of those things, having energy, being proud of yourself, being confident, comes from doing the things that you know you should be doing, reaching and striving towards a goal, making the sacrifices. All the things. You say you want to be stronger. You want to feel better. You want to live longer. All those things. So regardless of what the scale does, all those other things are important too. And so it should never be if this happens, I'll keep going, but if this happens, then I'll stop. That should never be on the table. This is the Roy answer for you, is that it's a load of bullshit that you even had the thought in the first place of, oh, I'm not seeing results. Hey, how do I keep going? How do I why should I still do this? Like, there's so many reasons, right? That's like your tough love, you're kicking the ass, you guys. It should never be an option to give up, quit, cancel, whatever that word is. A word I can't, I hate it. You just got to remove it from your dictionary. Because at the end of the day, you are capable of more than you know. At the end of the day, you're not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have days, weeks, potentially even months where you fall off. That happens. It's life. But never should it be consideration of going back to who you used to be. It should be just taking it day by day, situation by situation, and just showing up the best I can every single day, no matter what. That's how we create a lifestyle change. So I guess two parts here. One is that if you're not seeing results, the results that you want, right? That means you probably need to look for success in other areas, because I promise you it's happening somewhere. And if you're in a situation where across the board, you're not seeing any success anywhere, you're not getting stronger in the gym, you're not getting faster, you can't do more sets, you can't do more reps, you've plateaued, you're not having more energy, like all these things, you're not losing weight, you're not burning fat, your clothes aren't fitting better, like whatever the case is, you're just seeing zero success, then that means you're either not working hard enough, it's time to level up and start challenging yourself more, make more sacrifices, work harder in the gym, like get better sleep, whatever that thing looks like. So either one, you're not working hard enough, and you know it. Because when I said that, you're like, oh yeah, actually I know that I could be going to the gym for 4 days a week and I've only been doing 3 or 2. Or it's that thought of, I've only been working out 15 minutes a day and I know I probably could be doing 20. Or I have been walking when I know I should be running. Like, you know that you're not challenging yourself and you're taking the easy way out. Or 2, you have been challenging yourself and you've been working really, really, really hard, but you're not working hard on the right things. This is called working smarter, not harder. So some of you guys, again, if you're a part of Rough, hopefully I've taught you how to do things the right way, but maybe you're doing some kind of weird fad diet and it's just like you're cutting calories or doing something crazy that really isn't going to move you in the direction you want. And so you keep going harder and harder in the wrong direction. And sometimes we need to change directions and work smarter, not harder, and do the right things in figuring out what that is. So you either need to work harder or you need to work smarter. And if you are doing both of those things, then there will be milestones along the way in different areas of your life that show that improvement. You just need to look for it. And again, if you're doing both those things, if you're doing the right stuff and you're working smarter and you're working hard and pushing yourself and challenging yourself, sometimes it just takes time and you need to be patient. Again, if you truly want a lifestyle change, and this is going to take you the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, literally the rest of your life, then 1 month is literally nothing in the grand scheme. It is a speck of time in the grand scheme of the next 50 years. Like, just breathe. You're going to get there eventually as long as you don't give up, which is the name of the game, which is the second point of stop having that attitude. Take the word can't or give up or whatever, cancel, whatever it is. Take that word out of your dictionary and say, I have to. Instead of saying I can't or I won't or I don't have the resources, I don't have the time or I don't have the money or I don't have this or I don't have this, you say I have to. And then you figure it out. It's not, oh, I need to cancel my gym membership because I can't afford it. It's no. I have to have the gym membership and I have to work out. How do I make this work? Do I need to get another job? Do I need to start babysitting? Do I need to drive Uber? Do I need to go walk dogs? Do I need to start a business, do a side hustle? Like, what? I have to do this. Taking a step backwards is not the option. I'm not choosing to go backwards. Sometimes life will knock me down and force me to take a few steps back. That's fine. But I'm not going to choose to go backwards. Or I don't have time. No. I need to do this. This is important for me. I have to do it. How do I make the time? Can I stop volunteering for all of my kids' stuff because I put my kids first for everything, and maybe just do, instead of volunteering for 4 different things for my kids, maybe just volunteer for 3 so I have the one thing for myself, right? Maybe instead of saying that, I don't know, maybe you run your household and you're a stay-at-home mom and you do all the cooking and all the cleaning and all the this and all the that. Maybe you just put your foot down and say, hey, 3 nights a week, I'm going to go for a walk and you're in charge. Maybe you put your husband in charge of making dinner 3 nights a week so you can have time to go work out. Like, I have to do this. It changes your mindset. Giving up, going backwards is not an option. You were not happy with the person you used to be. Something has to change. And it's the mindset shift of, I'm moving forward no matter what. And that's the no BS approach to honestly answering this question. I hope that makes sense. I hope this kind of lights a fire under you to change that mindset from I can't to I have to, and making it happen no matter what, because you know that you are capable of more than you know. I appreciate you guys. Please don't forget to share the episode. And just remember, we don't pray for an easy life. We earn a rough one. Y'all keep earning those cookies.